So let's talk about recognizing intuition. When you talk about recognizing intuition, a lot of people are looking at anything but how something feels. They're looking at the experience or the modality, the way it came through, what was said. How it feels is how you are going to recognize intuition in different settings, and it coming through different ways, right? So maybe it comes through in an idea, maybe it comes through in a synchronistic experience, maybe it comes through in a hunch or an inkling, or all the different ways that we have used to describe intuition and our recognition of it. But if you focus on how it feels, you will build what is called trust in being able to recognize, identify, and follow intuitive information. Intuition is you talking to you, or it could be the non-physical energies that you are as a non-physical being in communication with. It's really a portal or a way of getting information to you. That's how I look at intuition. So all of those loving beings that are you and are connected to you are giving you information, and they're going to do it, at least this is what I believe, so everything with a grain of salt, through this intuitive mechanism, this capacity to understand things that are relatively inexplicable, for lack of a better way of saying it. So as you build your trust, think of an experience where you were like, yes, this is intuition. And maybe you knew it in hindsight, and then you can recall the feeling. Make the feeling the thing that you are focusing in on over time to build this thing called trust. Look less to how it came through or where you saw it or, the modality that it chose to deliver information to you. That's all going to be varied all through your life. It's going to be varied depending on how, what your life is like at a particular time, what your belief systems are. So look less at the idea that, when I got this intuitive hit, now everything else is, every time I get an intuitive hit, it's supposed to look like that experience that I had. It's not going to do that because intuition always uses the path of least resistance. So it'll kind of come in ways that you can't foresee. But you can know that it's an intuitive guidance by how it feels. It's, for me particularly, it's a subtle resonance that has a particular tonality to it, a particular way of expressing itself in me. And what I did to begin to trust it and recognize it is I first understood that for me, that's how I'm thinking about it. That's what I believe it to be. So instead of looking at the way in which intuition came through me, an idea, a hunch, an inkling, through a synchronistic, experience, I looked at how it felt. And I let that be my guidance towards trusting that it was intuition. And not trusting it to be a particular way in terms of the situation. I didn't say this is intuition so that I can get a particular end result. Intuition is not trying to guide end results, because intuition comes from non-physical and it doesn't look at things as bad and good. It doesn't say, you need to do this so you can get out of this quote unquote bad situation. It looks at things in terms of guidance, soul guidance, that you most particularly have asked for from a non-physical perspective to have. So remember that intuitive guidance is coming from, its base camp is the unconditional love and the understanding of non-judgment. Physical lens comes from limitation and judgment and the idea of bad and good. So you're getting a communication that's filtering through a lens that is already separative in nature. And your job is to understand, the communication originally did not come from a separative, diminutive, less than communication, right? It didn't come, that is not its base vibration. But I, in my physical lens, am able to translate it however I wish and however I see fit based on my belief system. So pay attention to the expansive feeling that you get. Now, don't mix it with fear. If it's fear, try to separate the fear out from the actual original signature vibration and hone in on that. If you're confused, it doesn't matter. Just ask for clarity, ask for more experiences, because you as a non-physical will give yourself. You just need to ask for it, right? I want more clarity around intuitive communications. I want to know the variety in which these intuitive communications come to me. I want to know in the way in which it is unconditionally loving based versus my own physical lens, which is separative, judgmental, focused on lack, which we all are. So ask for help from the non-physical aspect of you and the non-physical aspect of others, right? Ask for the help and then just let it unfold. Don't be so impatient with getting the answer and just saying, you know what, I will get the answer, and I'm not looking for a particular physical experience. I'm looking for a sensation or a feeling, and it will come in what we call unexpected ways because we can't foresee the future. But just know that it's going to come and it's going to give you clarity and it's going to build what you call trust.